Mounce, BBG, chapter 28, sentence 9. And starts with an and. Then you have this, which hopefully if you saw in the textbook, you know that there were certain forms that essentially what happened was the first epsilon dropped off, sort of like the equivalent of an unaugmented stem. But in this case, if you know that, then you know that you're sort of looking at adon, right? So, harao goes to opsmai, goes to adon. So, another one of those strange verbs. So, in this case, knowing that also tells you that this is a masculine nominative singular ending, but that it is an aorist because it's the aorist stem. It's just, like I said, it's sort of like an unaugmented form here. So, you're just going to say seeing. And again, what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to translate it as a participle and work on down the sentence and then come back if I need to say after, before, or while, or, any of those things, or just simply translate it as a simple participle. I'll figure that out once I figure out the other verbs and know how they're related. So, and he gives you a couple of things here, so we can run down, should be able to very quickly run down to here. So, and seeing Jesus from afar, he ran, and then you have pros ekkunesin, all right? So, number one, if you know proskuneo, it's got to have you got the augment there, right? And then with the third singular ending, you know that it's he either worshipped or bowed, and if you know anything about the story, you know that it wasn't worshiping. At least I doubt it. Maybe bowing, bowed to him. So, and bowed to him, and then again you have this. From kradzo, but because there's a change here in the stem, then you go, okay, I'm dealing with another aorist participle again. I'm dealing with another nominative singular masculine, in which case I say, okay, the same guy who was seeing was calling out, but again, all the time relevance or relationships you figure out sort of after the fact when you're dealing with something like this. So just like I said, go with a simple participle and then see if you have to come back and modify later. Crying out, and then here you have these, in with or to. So, a big voice or a loud voice, right? So you could either say with a loud voice or in a loud voice, and in English, either one of those collocations will work perfectly. So crying out with a loud voice says, and of course this is a present tense verb, third singular, but you're going to do that as a historical present and probably say said. Then you have this idiomatic expression here, what to me and to you, right? Or what is to me and to you. And the idea is, what do we have to do with each other? What is there that's both to me and to you? And again, I'm just hypothesizing in terms of how that expression came about, but what do I have to do with you is sort of what you end up with. Or what do you have to do with me? Either one of those from an expression like that is going to work just fine. But what do I have to do with you is probably, in terms of word order, as good as anything. Hopefully that helps you see where that came from, though. In any case, Jesus, Huye, son. Of course, this is, him doing it like a vocative. When you have that epsilon ending, it's like you're saying, "Hey, Joe," So you got the vocative here, Jesus, son of, and then we usually say the Most High, but again, Mounce goes with the highest. So, we just, I don't know about y'all, but I grew up with, Son of the Most High, or the Lord Most High. So, whichever way you want to roll, not a big deal. So, do you have to change either that participle or that participle? Yeah, I don't know. Let's think about it. And seeing Jesus from afar, comma, he ran and bowed to him, and let's see, calling out with a loud voice, said, I don't see any reason why you'd want to insert anything there, so I'd probably just run with it as a simple participle there. Crying out in a loud voice or with a loud voice says, what do I have to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Highest, or Son of the Most High? Either way.